Okay, good morning everybody. A wintry start here for this last week of November. The travelers, as far as traders go, probably having a little bit of problem, but electronic trade was fast and going last night. We had the wheat market up around 5 cents. We had the corn market down roughly a penny. The bean market 7 to 9 cents lower. The meal market around $1 lower, and the soybean oil market down around 20 points. So overall, as far as the corn and the beans go, a little bit of a defensive start for the week. And it was also a little bit of defensive trade last week, pretty much across the board. The wheat markets were down anywhere in the neighborhood from 9 to 20 cents, depending on what class you want to talk about. The corn market was down around 6 cents. The bean market down a dime. The meal market down around $5. Soybean oil, however, was up last week in the neighborhood of around 20 points, giving some support to crushing margins up around 3 cents at 97 cents. But as you can see, if you look at charts and such, the wheat market has been trending lower. The corn and beans have been sideways in the middle of the range, working a little bit lower from the middle of the range. And our three topics, of which will be of most interest this week, is what's going on with the G20 meeting, that being with all the nations coming together with their problems, most notably what's going on with the trade war between the U.S. and the Chinese, most notably over soybeans. Other than that, we continue to have our other woes for the marketplace. Number two, that being our export sales pace to date out of the U.S. and or our carryouts both here and abroad in the world being quite burdensome. And then number three, what's going on with South America in its early stages. And you can take G20 aside, you can see where our year-to-date export sales for wheat and beans so far that we've seen on Friday continue to run behind what the projection is from the USDA. The corn is starting to slip, so that's going to have more competition going forward. We go and have our export inspections coming out here shortly. There too, we'll continue to find out we're not doing anything head and shoulders versus what we need to be doing. And then we'll also get our final crop progress numbers coming on out for the season after the close, and we know that we have a production number. Then you go and look at the South American situation. They had ran a couple of stories on Friday as far as Agrarel and Safra Mercado talking about how the crop is going in quite well, that the size of the crop looks even bigger than last year, that they might be harvesting earlier. The corn crop is also going in quite well, so nothing but favorable things coming from them, which also puts a weight over the marketplace. And maybe slipping back to the demand side, the Chinese came out with their October beans, and they are running ahead of a year ago for the month of October. Bean purchases from the Brazilians almost double, while their bean purchases from the U.S. are almost half, and their overall purchases of beans from all over are down. So not only are they not buying beans at a steady pace versus a year ago, they're buying more Brazilian and less U.S. So you can see the whole picture is somewhat non-bullish at this time, as we've been commenting. It's a non-bullish environment, and if we continue this way, even with the G20 has a little bit of friction on the plus side, that we continue to run into problems with demand and or supplies and or South America. We'll get our commitment of trade report out after the close, delayed from last week, and there too a little bit of room to roam on the downside, where we think both in the corn and the meal the speculators pretty much net even, and they still hold modest net short positions in the soft red winter wheat, in the beans, and in the soybean oil. So overall, sideways to lower trend. The big week, the big news will be what happens with the G20 meeting at the end of the week. These are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.